Alright, so here's the beginning lick of the outro solo. So what I'm doing is I play similar to the beginning of the main solo, but you start off reverse. You start off you bend down on the 6th fret on the A string, and then you play slightly, and then you play the B flat chord. And you do that 3 times. The 4th time you only play 1 time on the B flat chord. Play the 6th fret again on the A, and then B flat chord, and then 5th fret on the D string, and then 6th fret on the A. And then the next lick is the reverse. You play the B flat chord first, and then play this bend on the 6th fret on the A string. Do that again 3 more times. 4th time you only play 1 time on the B flat chord before you go to A6 bend, and then B flat chord, and then play the 5th fret D and G together. And then play the 8th fret on the D and G string together, and then D10 and G10 together twice. Open D and G, and then 3rd fret D and G, and then 5th fret on D and G. And then 4th fret on the B string twice, slightly bend up, and then 5th fret on the G string twice. So. Next lick. Start on the D3 and G3 1 time, and then D5 and G5 together twice. And kind of slightly mute, you play the single note on the D3. And you play the 4th fret on the B string, bend up slightly, and then D5, G5 together, and then D3, G3 together. And you play the D5, G5 one more time, and then harmonic on the 5th fret on the D string, and then chuck it, mute those 2 strings, kind of get that sound. And then play the 3rd fret on the D string, pull off on 1st fret, and play the 3rd fret on the A string. Twice, and ends the lick. So it goes slowly, goes like this. Again, one more time. One more time. Okay, the next part. It's a lot of repetitive note here. D3, G3 there. And then D5, G5, back to D3, mute, and then 4th fret on the B string, open. D5, G5, D3, G3. And you play a D5, G5 twice. Back to D3, G3 1 time. And then 4th fret on the B string twice. And ends on the 5th fret on the D5 and G5 twice. Slow down. Okay, the next lick goes like this. So we play D3, G3 together, and then D5, G5, and then play the 3rd fret on the G string by itself twice, and then play D5, G5, D3, G3, D5, G5. So, and then single note A3, A5, and then D3, D1. And then bend up from the 3rd fret slightly. Play the twice. Pull off on 1st fret and then play the 3rd fret on the A string. Next part. So it's D3, G3, D3, D5, G5, back to D3, G3, and they do it again, D5, G5, D3, G3. So far with this. And they do it one more time, it's D5, G5 twice, D3, G3 once. So far we have this. And then play the 4th fret on the B string twice, slightly bend. And then it's on the 5th fret on the D5, G5 twice. Slowly. Next part. So it's 3, 5, 3, and 5. 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. 4th fret on the B string twice, and then 5th fret, those D and G string, and then 3rd fret D and G string twice. And you play it again, D3, G3, and then D5, G5. And we play the D10, G10, and D8, G8. So that's the next lick. So the next part goes like this. You bend the G10 and B10 together, half step, and you play the 8th fret of B and E string together 3 times. Do that one more time, and then twice on the B8 and E8, and then you play the G10 and B11 together, slightly bend the G10 up a little bit. So far with this. Ends on the 8th fret on B and E again, 2 times. So after you play that, you play 8th fret of B and E together, and then play G10, B11 together, back to B8 and E8 together. And then you play the G10 and B10, G8, B8, and back to G10 and B10. And then you play the D10, G10, B8, G8, back to D10 and G10. And to play the G8 and B8 together one time, and then D10 and D10 and G10 together twice, and slide down the 5th fret, and then play D3, G3, back to D5, G5, and back to the 4th fret on the B string twice, slightly bend, and back to the 5th fret on the G string twice. So the whole thing slowly. So the next part goes like this. Open D and G string together, and then play the 3rd fret of D and G. 3 times on the D5, G5, 4th fret on the B string, and then D5, G5, and then D3, G3. And then play single note of D5 and B3, D5 and D3. And then A5, A5 and A3. One more time. Next part. So basically you play the G pentatonic scale. E6, E3. You pull off on E3 and then play the E6 again, bend down slightly. Play the 3rd fret on the A string twice. The second time you play 3 times on the A3. And just do that. That basically is E6 and the A3. A3 is a C. So you end the songs on a C. So that's pretty much it. So the last part, the song again goes. Oh, let me play the entire outro solo one time for you slowly, or try. So that's how it goes. Well, so that's the whole song to Gimme All Your Lovin'. Thanks for watching. Until next time.